Hello and welcome to Guns and Gear, and I'm going to be making another video talking about the defensive rifle. Okay. Now I titled a video like this not too long ago, and I talked about the concept of the firearm. I believe that the rifle is the most important arm a citizen in the United States can own. So what I thought I would do in this video and in a few videos that I'll be making later on is talking about some of the questions that I am getting. Because see, because of the gun debate that we have going on in the country right now, we've seen the sales of certain semi-automatic rifles skyrocket, right? Record sales being posted. And sometimes for record prices, people are paying double and triple and sometimes even more than that to acquire the rifle that they want to get. With that, we have a group of people out there that have a very varied amount of experience with the particular rifle that they were able to purchase. Now, because I have a gun channel, sometimes I get some questions on videos or PMs asking me about particular type of rifle that they've just purchased. You see, some of these people, they may be good shooters, but they're not familiar with the platform that they've purchased. Some people, this may be the very first purchase of a firearm that they've ever made. I've often talked about the importance of good instruction, and it is paramount. You see, you have to be able to operate your firearm safely and effectively. And that doesn't matter if it's a handgun, a shotgun, or a rifle. You have to know how to operate that firearm, know how to operate it safely. Then you can begin to build the skills that you need to be effective with that firearm, especially in a defensive role. So you got to get that instruction. Now, I've also been getting quite a few, actually, inquiries on different types of stuff that you can put on a rifle, whether it be stocks or rails or sights or what have you. Sights in particular. A lot of people have asked me about that. I'll share with you a personal story. A good friend of mine, somebody that I've known for a long time. We've hunted together for over a decade. I know he's a good shot with his deer rifle. He is very competent with that rifle. And he has 4 or 5 rifles, and they all share very similar characteristics. And that is that they're all bolt guns, and they all have scopes and they don't have iron sights on them. So when he called me and asked me about this new M1A from Springfield that he just bought, wanted to come around the house and show it to me, he has a few questions. The first thing that I wanted to cover with him was, how familiar are you with this platform? And as it turns out, he really didn't have much knowledge of it at all. And so we went through some of that together. And I encouraged him to get that good quality instruction. One of his first questions to me were, what type of sight should I put on there? I mean, I've been looking at these aim points and the EOTech, and what do you think about a scope on a defensive rifle? And I told him, I said, hold on a minute, man. How good are you with iron sights? Because none of your hunting rifles have them. And he said, well, my dad, when he taught me to shoot, the 22 had iron sights on it. And I said, well, that's a good start, but that was a long, long time ago. You need to learn to use that rifle first with the iron sights. You have to start with foundational skills first. I can't overemphasize that. Not only the manipulation of the firearm, but being able to place a round on target with your iron sights is a fundamental skill that just should not be overlooked. Because one thing all these new whiz-bang sights, whether it's EOTech, Aimpoint, whatever type of $2,000 scope you decide to put on your rifle, they all can fail, okay? They all can fail. Circuitry can fail. If they use battery power, that can fail. If they have glass in them, that can break. You know, so you learn to use that rifle with your iron sights first. So a little bit of time went on, and I'm talking about days, maybe a week. He called me up and wanted to go to the range. We went to the range, and he had made a decision to purchase an aim-point sight, and he was sighting that optic onto his rifle, and he got it exactly where he wanted it. And man, shooting some pretty good groups with it. He is a good rifleman. So I asked him, I said, well, what do you have the iron sight set for? I'm just curious. And he goes, oh, I don't know, I've never shot them. Never shot the gun using them. You see, I think that's a mistake. Now, like I said, I will make a video discussing different types of optics and some of my impressions and thoughts on them. I told him, I said, you drop that rifle on this concrete floor right now at this gun range, and that rifle's useless. You don't know where your sights, how them sights are going to affect your shot if you should need to use this rifle to save your life. And you see, he's not the only person that I've heard, that I've asked that question to. Where do you have your iron sights adjusted for? A lot of people never even use them. You know, guns like the AK-47 and the M1A and the Ruger Mini 14, they have sights designed in them. But you know, some of these AR-15s that are coming out today, they don't even come with sights. So the first thing that I tell people to do is that they need to learn that platform. The second thing, the first thing I tell them to buy is iron sights. Not an aim point, not an EOTech, not any other kind of whiz-bang sight that's out there. Get those iron sights, get good quality iron sights. I've only tried a few. I've tried GG&G, I've tried Yankee Hill Machine, and I'm really impressed with their quality. But there is a bunch of them out there, and if you have questions about them, then you need to ask people that use them what they think, and learn to use those iron sights. Those sights are your last best option if something should happen to some kind of electronic or optic. So I thought I'd show you a couple different rifles and setups that I have. This happens to be a Para-Ordnance TTR, and I've showed this in other videos as a rifle that I choose for defense. Here's another outstanding rifle. This one has a scope on it. Okay, and it has Yankee Hill Machine backup iron sights on there. And this is an outstanding AR-15 made by a company called Saber. Okay, really good shooting rifle right there. Here's another AR-15 considered one of the higher quality AR-15s. This is an LWRC, and I have a aim point on top of it, along with another set of Yankee Hill Machine backup iron sights. This is an outstanding rifle, and these sights are just absolutely right on. They are good sights. The last rifle I want to show you is a rifle that is, in my opinion, outstanding. But because I bought it, it did not have any sights on it whatsoever. And actually, I got this red dot sight off of another Sig Sauer rifle that did not come with any other type of iron sights. It's got the groove cut for a front post, and of course there's, like I said earlier, lots of different options for backup iron sights that I could put on there. But for whatever reason, I just haven't done it yet. It's a great shooting rifle, but it's not a rifle that I would consider for defense until I get those iron sights on there. You see, I believe it is that important. Okay, so if, like many people, when I took this rifle out of the box, it had no sights on it, the first thing I should have done is order some sights for it. And that's what I'm suggesting to you today. Alright folks, thank you for watching my videos. I certainly enjoy making them for you. And remember to shoot straight on the range and in life. Thanks.